experience. I was about to tell you guys about my experience with Shawn Michaels, but before I get on Saturday, but before I get to that, I just want to go back to Friday real quick and just give a shout out to Swanton Gurley and Big Red 1990. It was cool, really cool meeting you guys, and hopefully I see you guys at another WrestleMania. I don't know, maybe the next one or the one after that, but hopefully I get to see you guys again. It was really cool meeting, guys. I watch your videos all the time, and they're really good. So just giving you guys a shout out. I said I was, but moving on to fast forwarding back to Saturday. Waiting in line for Shawn Michaels. When I got there, I was like, okay, I know I had two VIPs. I had Jericho and I had Shawn Michaels. Shawn was first, and I was like, I need to hurry up and just get in line right now. As soon as I get in there, I need to just go to the VIP because I know if I wait, the line is gonna be crazy long. So I got right in there, and you know what, it wasn't really that long of a wait because I got there, first thing I got in, I went to that line. So it was about maybe a 40-minute wait, and half of that was because he didn't even arrive yet. Shawn Michaels wasn't even there yet for like 10 minutes. It took him like 10 minutes to get out there. Shawn started taking pictures with his camera and stuff at the fans. Man, really cool guy. And so I got up to him. I was nervous, man. I can't say that I've been starstruck, by a lot of guys. I've met a few big names before in the wrestling business, but man, Shawn Michaels is just that guy, man. That he's the man. A lot of people say that Shawn Michaels is the greatest performer of all time, and I believe him. And a lot of people try to get on people's bandwagons, but man, I've been a fan of Shawn for a long time, and man, it's just an honor meeting him. I really was starstruck, and he's definitely a legend of the business, and he was probably the most humble guy I met. He was so nice. He was so caring. He sat there and talked to me for at least more than a second. I felt like a minute and a half, pretty much. I was sitting up there, talking to him. He signed my figure, and he was. I told him like, Sean, can you sign this in gold, please? Like, yeah, no problem, man. He signed it, and it's one of those markers that it doesn't dry first thing you write it. You have to actually wait like a good 30 seconds for it to actually dry. He was like worried that it was going to smear. He was like, "Be careful, man. I don't want it to smear. I don't want your figure smear. Don't touch it at the top. Be careful with it. All right." So it was cool that he cared that much about my me damaging the autograph, the signing. And he was a really nice guy. He was like, "All right, man, take care." And I was like, "All right." Before I left, I was like, "All right, you gonna call down the middle mark?" Like he gave me a look, and I'm like, "I got you." So that was really, really cool, and meeting one of my heroes, it was really, really awesome. This I'm gonna cherish this forever, man. This right here, this is awesome right here. HB Shawn Michaels, HBK, amazing right there. He did it nice and big. I told him, can you try to make it big for me? Like, yeah, sure, man. He did it, and there you go. Gonna have this hanging up forever, man. I don't care how old I get. This is staying with me, because Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest, and I will cherish this forever. Nice and gold and just perfect. So yeah, shout out Shawn. Then I swear I met somebody else before I met Jericho. Um, Oh yeah, I got in line for Kane. Kane was that day, and it was literally like, all right. I think Axxess is like 5 hours, and by the time the third hour comes around, they switch, and I got in line for Kane like 30 minutes before, and the line was kind of long, but they were going really, really fast, so I wanted to see how I was going to make it, and man, luckily at 2:59 I made it up. I was so lucky that I made it up there to meet Kane. And I was like, yeah, I asked the guy, can you help me just take the picture real quick? He's about to leave in a second. He's like, all right, man. So I go up there. I'm like, hey, Kane, how you doing? He's like, how you doing, man? And he signs the poster I got, and the guy takes the picture before even turning around. So I asked Kane, like, can you pose for me real quick? He's like, and take a picture. He's like, sure. We turn around, and the guy's like, he's like, I already took it. I'm like, I didn't even pose yet. So I got a picture with Kane of him signing my picture, but he's not looking. I don't have a picture of us actually, looking at the camera together. So that was a little disappointing. But nonetheless, I met the Big Red Machine with he had his mask on, he had the hair, so that was awesome. I just wish I had a figure. I really wanted, before I left, I was trying to buy the Kane figure, the Kane Mask Kane the flashback figure. Couldn't get my hands on it before I left, so I was kind of upset. But I got him to sign my WrestleMania poster. So he can't not meet the Big Red Machine. So I saw there was like Miz somewhere on over right beside him. I'm like, man, Miz or Kane? Definitely Kane. You got to go with Kane, man. If you're a real fan, you go with the older guys, man, because you never know, when they're done, and no telling how much left Kane has in him. So I had to get his autograph. So yeah, I went to see Kane. Oh yeah, then I tried to go meet Beth Phoenix, I think. Was it that day? And I was standing in line for her, and then I think she left. And they switched with somebody. I forgot. I can't even think of who she switched with. It was like a photo op thing, and I didn't want to, like, it was some, I can't even remember. I seriously can't remember who it was. But I got it online because I was like, man, I gotta make it to Jericho. So I ran over back to VIP, ran to get the Jericho line. And when I got there was still people in the line. This was like literally like 30 minutes after Shawn Michaels was supposed to be done. There's still VIP people who haven't got his autograph yet. And he's sitting there. This is how nice this guy. He's still sitting there making sure everybody gets their stuff signed. He could have been like, you know what, I gotta leave. My time's up. I'm gone. But no, Shawn stayed there and finished every single signature. That's how nice of a guy he is. So they had to move Jericho to the Legends booth, because Shawn was still over there signing people's autographs. So by the time Shawn was done, they moved all of us, shifted everybody who was sitting in the VIP line to the Legends line where Chris Jericho was. Went in there. That took time. Jericho took a little bit of time, about, I don't know, like 40 minutes, maybe a little less than that. I'll say 30. But it was pretty entertaining because in the ring they had they have the matches at VIP at Axxess that you can watch, and nobody expected this but Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler came out and the rest of Dolph Ziggler out of nowhere. We thought it was gonna be some FCW guy or some low card dude, but it was Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler came out, and it was Ziggler versus Santino in a no disqualification, false count anywhere match. And they literally was running around the ring, like running around the whole Axxess arena. And my mom was sitting there like, what in the heck's going on? She's like looking around like, what are they doing? And they just running around. And I wish I was out there. I was like, oh, I want to be there, but Jericho's here. I couldn't leave because, I paid money to see Jericho. But, yeah, that was really cool. And Santino, I don't know how he won, but Santino ended up winning. But they ran all around the Axxess. We saw him run past us. They ran up the little, ran up past a whole bunch of stations and stuff. It was really cool. It was funny and fun, and it was pretty cool that they did that with Santino and Dolph, and Santino ended up winning the match. And by the time that ended, I was almost up to Jericho. So I got up to Jericho. I told him, I said, yo, Jericho, Y2J, you're here. This is exactly what you need. This is exactly where you needed to be anyway. Behind the Legends sign, because you're a legend. And he was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, but thanks. And he laughed. He chuckled, and he was like, oh, he was about to start signing, and I had the blue pen in my hand, and I forgot to tell the guy that I wanted him to sign it with the blue pen. So it was like, did you want me to sign that with that blue pen? With that blue, because he like, you randomly have a marker in your hand. I was like, oh yeah. So I gave it to him, and he signed it, and signed my figure in blue. And I was trying to go somewhere. I don't know what I was doing, but I rushed. I was like, all right, thanks, Chris. That was a really cool moment right there. I was happy. I was already happy he said that to me, and signed my stuff. So I ran off. And I forgot my pen, so Chris Jericho has my pen right now. I left my pen with Chris Jericho, my blue pen, And the thing is, the only figure that I smudged or ruined was that Chris Jericho figure. And I don't have the blue pen to repair it properly. But I just used my silver. I see. I kind of smudged the C, but you can't really. Well, yeah, you can really tell. I used my silver marker to connect the C again. But yeah. So I'm kind of mad that I did that, and it's okay that Jericho has my pen. If anybody's gonna have something of mine, someone like Chris Jericho, I'm very happy about that. So I'm not really pissed off about the pen. Plus, I can get another one. They were like $5 at Walmart. Yeah, he signed that. By the time he did that, I think, it was pretty much over. Axxess. Everything else I tried to get in some more lines, but they were closing things down. I wanted to go meet Caitlyn, get a photo out with Caitlyn, but yeah, man, they were closing everything down. And there was these guys, but before we left, there were these guys that WWE was I guess the film crew or whatever was like filming them. One was dressed up like a black Chris Jericho. He was a black guy dressed up like this Chris Jericho. The other guy was CM Punk, and he actually resembled CM Punk. And I took a picture with those guys, and they like cut a promo. And there was also a guy who was dressed up like Cena, and a guy dressed up as The Rock, and they interviewed them too. And I was like in the background sitting, and with the name also right beside them was the FCW I don't know what he is, general manager or whatever, Soley or whatever, the black guy who looks like the guy from the what's that show called? I don't God, what is his name? George Jefferson. He looks like that guy, the guy from FCW. He was standing right there taking pictures with people, but I didn't feel like that was really important to get in, and take a picture with him because a lot of people don't know who he is. So I show that picture to somebody. I took a picture with blah, and they're like, who? Because they don't watch FCW. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep going. So I didn't take a picture with him. And oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, but also on one of the days, can't remember which day I did it, but yeah, I took a picture with Sin Cara. He